Wait! Bows down! Gods above! We took you for a goblin! Get up here! I want that gate sealed before they arrive. And we need to talk!
Just get this done, please. I want to get below before...
Before what? Afraid you might actually have to fight.
Asherak already picked who he wanted on the walls, right? And it wasn't us.
You might be afraid of your own shadow, but some of us...
Puff out your chest. The goblins, do they fight well? You mean that to be comforting, I'm sure. Gods, I almost wish they were here. I just want this done.
Don't spare the fire arrows. Let's see if goblins are prettier with a coat of burning oil on. Would you be careful? We're going to spill if you don't...
You're back. Nice to see a familiar face. I wish I had better, but this is all I have. May Temora's luck twist your way.
Eager for battle.
Would you be careful? We're going to spill if you don't stop shaking. Would you be careful? We're going to spill if you don't stop shaking.
I'm not shaking.
Oh, please, you're trembling like...
I'm not shaking.
No one stopped me yet.
Admiring my beautiful barricades? Might not be pretty, but they'll stop a charging warg. Probably.
Came back to join our heroic last stand? Or are you just keeping me alive to win that bet? You know, that actually sounds pretty good. If you drink as well as you fight, we'll have a lot of fun. I'm not forgetting that drink in Baldur's Gate. Dying doesn't get you off the hook.
Gods, I feel sick. We're not ready for this.
Gods above, you're alive. A little light, just as the day seems darkest. I'd given you up for dead at the goblin camp. I'm damn glad to be wrong. But what happened? We've seen them massing in the woods. Truly. Hells, I didn't expect it. We were almost ready to leave. Well, there's nothing for it now. A fight it will have to be. We threw them back once. If you're with us, perhaps we can do it again. Huh. What I have is no choice. We need to thin their numbers quickly if we're to survive. Every ounce of oil that we could spare has been buried out in front of the gate. We'll blow the horn to draw them in and pray our fire arrows strike true. Your courage is catching, it seems. Or perhaps I've finally lost my reason. Make what preparations you deem necessary, and then sound the horn. Let's have this done.
Please, have you seen Donnie anywhere? Young boy, doesn't talk. We need to get him into the cave before the goblins come. I appreciate it. He's the one who showed us the cave to begin with. We won't seal it up until he's safe with the rest.
Not everyone subscribes to what is mine is yours, it seems.
Let's get this lock to yield. Nothing. Looking ahead.
Look at this place. Like a pen of hogs waiting for the butcher's knife. We need to act.
Quiet! Some of the children might hear you.
Oh, perish the thought they overhear a little honesty once in their short lives.
Another word and it won't be the goblins you have to worry about.
Enough! Both of you!
Trust me, I'm feeling both anger and despair.
Why, I think I'm almost in agreement with you on that score. We could have been far away from this place by now.
Or shot through with goblin arrows.
Please. I can hardly hear myself think over the pair of you.
Or
Please.
I'll fit in my pack.
Powers are being wasted back here. Repel any attack in the blink of an eye.
Or wipe us out in the blink of an eye. Best you stay right here.
Ridiculous. Someone of my skill should choose their own vantage point.
She just means you're our last hope, Roland. We may need you to...
Good to see a familiar face. I have the strangest feeling every time you pass by. Like you're meant to be here.
There's barely any rations left.
We'll make it last. We always do.
I can't thin the broth much more than this.
It'll have to do. I can't believe they just left.
Leave it, son.
No. Our so-called kin fled the moment their tails were in danger.
Icaron, we're in for a hell of a fight. Focus on the matters at hand, not the ones you can't fix.
We might die because a bunch of traitors cared more about saving their hides than they did about us.
Enough! I will knock both of your heads together unless you cut it out.
Mother!
Not another word. Back to work, all of you. We've a battle to prepare for. I would have given them an extra helping. We were just about prepared for travel rations, not a bloody siege.
So many people left. I'm glad someone stuck around.
You have experience treating the wounded?
I wish I could help on the walls, but I wasn't a soldier, really. Just a trumped-up guard. I can't. I'm sorry.
Someone decided we were the best suited to see to any wounded. Better all round if you keep everyone in one piece up there. Trust me.
We can talk after this is over, if we're alive.
This place is cursed.
I pray Arabella is safe with the other kids. Knowing her, she's fashioned a weapon out of a rock and some string.
On the bright side, Mother.
I would run if I were you. Though it's probably too late for that already.
Sharp as an elf with that bow, aren't you, love?
Well, in a pinch. Then why aren't you on the wall? Rabbits don't shoot back, do they?
What's that?
Indolence breeds madness.
Don't burn yourself. Don't be shy.
My faith will guide me.
No one back home will ever believe this. Right tool will do the trick. Not a chance I'll fit in there.
I'm gonna kill 5 goblins. So, I can take 10. Then I'll take 100. You can't even count to 100. I don't have to count. I just have to hit him. You can hide in here if you like. No one's getting past us.
You should be manning the wall. I wanted to, but Asherak says I'm needed here.
Wandering Eye, the jewel of Balduran's fleet. So named because, well, because Balduran traveled far and saw much, but he had finally come home to save the city he loved. He drove the raiders away and raised a wall to protect his people. And so they named the city to honor him, Baldur's Gate.
You're a little old for story time. Looking for a place to hide when the end comes? If you honestly believe that, maybe it's best you hide down here with the other children.
Don't worry. Mattis says the goblins can't get inside if we're quiet.
And over the horizon, they saw a ship, like some great beast bursting from the waves. The Wandering Eye, the jewel of Balduran's fleet. So named because, well, because Balduran traveled far and saw much, but he had finally come home to save the city he loved. He drove the raiders away and raised a wall to protect his people. And so they named the city to honor him, Baldur's Gate.
She's talking.
Tempers are rising. It's clear not everything you find is at your disposal.
Yes? I'm pretty certain if I stop for too long, they will actually eat me. now's a time for cheerful lies, as my master would say. If heroes are in short supply, then I will bloody well make one up. For them and for me. Your job is to get up there. Give me something real to sing about. Get to the walls. Beat the goblins back. Trust me, it's an easier job than this.
You can leave your valuables with me, if you like. Goblins strip the dead down to the last stitch, so I hear. So you say? Survived Avernus, though. More than you've done.
The jewel of Baldurin's fleet. So named because, well...
She's getting to the good part.
So much. But he had finally come home to save the city he loved. He drove the raiders away and raised a wall to protect
The Harpy Killer! Are you here to save us? Like Baldurin saved the city? What's a founder? The lady said he saved Baldur's Gate and became a hero.
Still here? The smart ones ran a long while back. Always a deal to be done, even now. Try not to die up there.
Like some great beast bursting from the waves. The Wandering Eye. The jewel of Baldurin's fleet. So named because, well, because Baldurin traveled far. And so much. But he had finally come home to save the city he loved. He drove the raiders away and raised a wall to protect his people. And so they named the city to honor him. Baldurin's Baldur's Gate. And over the horizon, they saw a ship. Like some great beast bursting from the waves. The Wandering Eye. The jewel of Baldurin's fleet. So named because, well, because Baldurin traveled far. And so much. But he had finally come home to save the city he loved. He drove the raiders away and raised a wall to protect his people. And so they named the city to honor him. Baldur's Gate. Get to the walls. Beat the goblins back. Trust me, it's an easier job than this.
Lathlander to light, Saloona to guide, Kellamvor to show mercy. What is it? I'm busy. I can pray a lot better than I can use a bow or a sword.
I knew I smelled the stink of cowardice.
Damn you. Fine. I'll see what I can do. Maybe I'll manage to take a goblin down with me.
Cursed to put my hands on everything. Always room for more.
Go away! There's nothing in here for you! For any of you! I said go away! You people have endangered this sacred place long enough! This door is staying closed until you're gone, one way or another! We've been more than generous already! We have to take care of the Grove's future! Move away! Then this sacred grove could be a comfort to them in their final moments. But this door is staying closed. Now leave! This door is staying shut! Just be sensible and leave! This door...
Thanks for finding Donnie. Knowing the children are safe makes all this a little easier.
Means you're our last hope, Roland. We may need you to save the day.
Need anything before the fighting starts? All that coin will just slow you down. You think my sister and I will last long in the city with no money? It's your job to make sure we get that far. So why don't you go take care of that? Good luck out there.
This is it. Everything turns on this.
Get that damn gate closed! I know that you are all afraid. But I also know that you have been fighting your whole lives. We have never been handed the easy choices or the gentle paths. And this is no different. These creatures would take our lives, our children, our future. And we must Resist!
A splinter of ice works its way into your mind.
A pretty speech. It almost brings a tear to my eye.
Now slit his throat and open that gate. The Absolute wants all of them dead. Traitor! You think you can stand against me and the Absolute? I'll dissect you.
Need to stay focused.
The only way out is through. Can't slow down.
Let's cook with fire, baby.
The rest of you!
What should I do? Let my name be known.
Watch this!
This is your end.
Karlach, it's go time.
Need to act fast.
Let's go.
Ready.
soldier.
Let's finish this.
Take you. My injuries need tending. Take you.
Have to keep going.
Tactical.
Can't afford to let up.
On the move.
Moving.
I need your help.
Fast. I need healing.
My dogs are barking. Can we rest?
Grab your bags. We're moving. Let's go. Now. That's the last of them. Timora, smile on me. They're dead. We did it. Watching gods, you did it.
They name us outcasts, hellspawn, foul blood. But the blood of those who fell today ran as pure as any heroes. So I call us by another name. We are survivors. We are family. The road to Baldur's Gate is a long one yet, but you have earned every stride so far. Make your preparations. We leave as soon as we're able.
You. I don't know if you were sent here by gods, or fate, or sheer bloody luck. I don't care. You were a friend when we needed it. And we won't forget that. Should you ever need it, you have family in Baldur's Gate.
But we need not speak of departures just yet. We have time. The road is clear. And I, for one, could use a bloody drink. We'll join your camp tonight, if you'll have us. By all the watching gods, that's Halsin. He'll have some hard words for Korga, I expect. Go, speak to him. You're the reason he has a grove to return to at all. We'll be here when you're ready to travel.
Time, everyone. Let's go.
If we get separated or need to break camp fast, remember, find the river and follow it downstream.
What do you think of opening a cart in Baldur's Gate?
Cart? Like on the street?
Exactly. Noble types won't want a tiefling cooking for them. The common folk.
A cart sounds fine, but do I have to haul it around?
Until we make the coin for a proper ox, maybe.
One sorrow ended, the next soon to begin.
Copper for your thoughts?
All right? No wandering on.
Lady of Sorrows, guide us. Did you want something?
Yes, we made it somehow. Now we just need to get to Baldur's Gate.
Elturel didn't want us, and those druids sure as hell didn't either. But you risked your life for us.
We did it. Come on. Give me a kiss.
Hold still. I'll kiss you when you stop. You saved us! Just like Baldy Ron!
Everyone looks so tired. You should have let me help.
I left my sword in the cave.
Don't tell, but I don't want to touch it again.
Separated or need to...
I told you I wasn't afraid. Those goblins look tiny.
Stop bleeding, you lummox.
I'm your lummox.
Yes, you are. Now, stop squirming.
Remember, stay near the center of the group, all right?
Come on.
No wandering off.
Give me a kiss.
Hold still. I'll kiss you when you've stopped bleeding, you lummox.
I'm your lummox.
Yes, you are. Now, stop squirming.
If there's fighting, you run, and you do not stop.
We did
for
it.
anything.
Come on. Give me a kiss.
Hold still. I'll kiss you when you've stopped bleeding, you lummox.
Of course.
I'm your lummox.
Lots of
Yes, you are. Now, stop squirming.
Don't let that place cast a shadow on your head forever.
I guess things are already better. I've learned a lot.
There we go, boy. Now, back to packing.
If we get separated or need to break camp fast, remember, find the river and follow it downstream.
We did it.
What am I to
Come
do?
on. Give me a kiss.
Hold still. I'll kiss you when you've stopped bleeding, you lummox.
I'm your lummox.
Yes, you are. Now, stop squirming.
Damn, it's good to be alive. Still breathing, despite everything.
Gods, it seems we might actually make it to the city now. Hope the neighbors are a bit more welcoming.
Stay near the center of the group, all right? No wandering off.
We did it. Come on. Give me a kiss.
My face protects me. Still. I'll kiss you when you've stopped bleeding, you lummox.
I'm your lummox.
Yes, you are. Now, stop squirming.
Try not to die up there.
I'm glad you didn't die. No discounts once I'm running the wide at Baldur's Gate, mind.
Pick something realistic. If you can't swing a sword, take a dagger. I'm glad you came through it alive. We owe you more than we can repay.
The goblins look so small. Hard to believe I was ever afraid of them.
When I heard they had a drow, gods, but I can't believe we did it. You did it.
Now it's back to the road, I suppose. Never ends, does it?
You didn't die. I didn't die. Seems we're destined for that drink.
We actually did it. We thrashed the lot of them.
It won't bring the dead back, but that felt good.
To come back. Thank you.
We're ready to head to your camp. Are you? Just give the word.
I'm not going to last much longer.
I shouldn't have doubted you, or the others.
Shadow on your head forever.
I guess things are already better. I've learnt a lot.
There we go, boy. Now, back to packing.
If we get separated or need to break camp fast, remember, find the river and follow it downstream.
I'll kiss you when you stop breathing.
That was too close. Timora, smile on us.
My horns for a normal day.
We didn't die today. Tomorrow, perhaps, but not today. Thanks to you.
Baldur's Gate, we're coming.
We couldn't have held them back on our own. Thank you.
Back to worrying about road rations it is. So many mouths to feed, but, well, that's not a bad problem to have. Thank you, truly.
Glad to see some goblin blood spilled for a change. I was sick of running from those rats.
I've got it.
All that fussing for what? I barely call that a fight.
The road to Baldur's Gate will be easy compared to that.
Thanks. For keeping these people safe. For keeping us safe.
By the trees. I don't know what I dreaded more.
the goblins, or being stuck here with Korga for the rest of my days. But you've solved both those problems in one go. Well, to each their own. Of course. May you keep balance.
No time to rest? Can't keep me out.
I doubt I'd still be drawing breath without your help. Thank you.
Damn druids. Who uses wooden tools?
You saved us. I wasn't sure we'd make it through. I wish I had better, but this is all I have. May Tamora's luck twist your way.
wonder what the next move is. Let's get this thing open.
Never a dull moment.
Don't know why everyone's cheering. We're just going back on the road.
It smells bad out here. I want to go home.
You will make peace with all you shelter here. It is the will of Sylvanus.
Goblins at our gates. You spared us a nightmare. Goblins at our gates? In our home? Sylvanus, mercy.
After everything that's happened, you still fought beside us. I don't know if we deserved your help, but I'm glad we got it.
Don't you smell it? The monsters are gone, and the air is fresh with new beginnings.
You saved a holy place from desecration. Thank you.
Please, Tusk. It's not the time. I didn't think we'd survive the goblins. I kept imagining the screams, the blood.
I wasn't sure about you at first. Thought you might be trouble. I was very wrong.
I'm not singing your praises. You and the tieflings brought violence to this place. It wasn't our fight. You dragged us into it.
I'm tempted to leave with the rest of you, but I can't abandon my home.
Invite rot into our midst.
Child, you have drifted far from the Earth Father's teachings.
You done it. You brought Halcyon back. Thank you. No, thanks is not enough. May Sylvanus bless you for all your days. I cannot imagine taking on a camp full of goblins was a simple task. Fair enough. I should not have underestimated you. And I promised you a reward, didn't I? Let me show you on your map where you can find the cache. Take this rune. You'll need it. Place it among the pedestals inside our library. When the wolf glows brightest, everything in the vault below will be yours.
Quiet at last. Don't interrupt it.
If it had been up to Cork, they would never have been here at all.
I think it's high time you all left. Our sacred grove has sheltered you enough. The dignity of the grove comes first. It cannot be tended to if its custodians are dead. Besides, you survived. I'll not apologize for my actions. Make it quick. You're disrupting the harmony of this holy place. We cannot restore balance to the grove while you continue loitering. Please leave. I assure you, the feeling is mutual.
You did this grove a great favor. Now leave the rest to us.
Think. What else do we need?
I was certain your parasite had taken hold. I'm glad I was wrong. Thank you for saving Master Halsin. For saving my home. For everything. I was sure we wouldn't live to see the morrow. Glad I was wrong.
A parasite. Take it. It might be useful. This one is a true soul parasite. It can enhance you. You can absorb its potential. Open your mind to it. You already know how.
Your mind swells as it subsumes everything the tadpole has to offer. Everything it was and everything it was destined to be. Pure potential. Pure power.
Good. You have grown your power and improved your chances of survival.
It was bad enough having just one of those tadpoles forced upon us. I can scarcely believe you actually inflicted another on yourself. On one hand, they seem useful. But on the other hand, or perhaps tentacle before long, we know where they're coming from, and what lies at the end of that path. I never expected ceremorphosis to be tempting. I think we should resist these powers. There's simply too many unknowns for us to risk it. Well, perhaps you have a point. Fine. Let's explore these powers then. I just hope we don't come to regret it.
Fine. What's on your mind?
I suppose some would commend our actions. Goblins would have razed that whole place to nothing if it weren't for us. No excuse to rest on our laurels, though. We've still got our own problems to contend with. How are you holding up? Don't be so modest. I can't remember the last time I met someone like you. Perhaps I never did. And never will again.
Feeling illithid? You really did it, huh? Not worried about adding more illithid into the mix? Well, what can I say? You look fine, smell fine, seem fine. And yet, you're more Mind Flayer than ever. Hope you don't expect me to follow your lead in this. Do they? I'm not sure either of us can say one way or the other. We don't know what the costs might be just yet. How do you do that? Always making sense when I least want you to. Fine. I'll keep an open mind, all right? I can promise that much. Now, are we done here?
There was so much noise out there. I'm glad you're okay.
Sylvanas be with you, my friend.
Got a long road ahead.
Oh, my nest is still whole. Those monsters didn't touch it.
Those goblins ought never to have found us. They never would have if we'd been properly secluded.
Finally. Quiet.
You took it upon yourself to undertake the Rite of Thorns. I ought to exile you from this place. Forever. Instead, I shall listen to the explanation that you owe me.
I owe you nothing. Goblins swarmed us like roaches while you stumbled after the past. You chose to abandon us. I chose to protect us.
Silence! The rite has been ended. I will allow you to stay, but consider yourself a novice anew. You have forgotten the ways of the druids, our place in the natural order. You shall learn it all once again, right here. Backslide, and nature's fury will crush you.
As you wish, Master Halsin.
Spilled blood will not right bad blood. Allow me to deal with my own. I still have need of her. You will soon see why. But enough of that for now. I owe you my thanks. The grove stands. Nature prevails. And again, I am in your debt. Speak to Wrath. He will reward you for your efforts. Tomorrow morning, we shall discuss what is to come.
Then banish me. This is only the beginning. An army soon crosses the coast. Halsin's cancelled the rite. The brood is exposed. And we've you to thank. Sylvanas have pity. Have you now? And you thought you should tell me? We will execute the Rite of Thorns, and you will give no more complaint. In fact, you will be gone before the sun next sets on the grove.
Enjoy the respite. Come morning, we have matters to discuss. The journey to Moonrise Towers, and all the dangers that entails. But that's tomorrow's problem. Take some time for yourself tonight. Rest, celebrate. Come morning, I'll be by your side. Enjoy the respite. Come morning, we have matters to discuss. Believe me, it is. The span of a mortal life isn't enough to grasp the importance of this place. Its roots touch everything. Soon. First, I must set matters to rights in the grove. And you should celebrate your victory. After being dormant for so long, your infection is unlikely to produce new symptoms spontaneously. Tomorrow morning, we shall discuss what is to come. This goes some way to explaining her actions. But she has been punished already, and the Shadow Druids have no power over her now. Time to let the wound heal. And thank you for your diligence.
Big city, lots of opportunity.
But El Terrell.
Don't let that place cast a shadow on your head forever.
I guess things are already better. Grab your bags. We're moving.
time, everyone. Let's go.
We're ready to head to your camp. Are you? Excellent. Lead the way.
No, an Albert.
Toddlers are easier to please than you.
Fate spins along as it should.
Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead?
I love you. No one back home will ever believe this.
Look at them all. Guzzling poison like we've the right to be happy. Perhaps it'll make the evening more tolerable.
Everyone seems to be in high spirits. Strange. You know who I never thought I'd find myself caring for? Your words, not mine. But not what I mean.
I mean, desperate people. Like those refugees. Never gave them much thought. Certainly not that bunch in the grove.
Yet we came through for them. We saved their lives. Odd. That's more easily said by some than others. But nobody's here to debate right from wrong. Share a bottle with me? We should wait a little while. Until the others have drifted off. Best not keep me waiting. I'd prefer not to entertain myself. Don't forget our little agreement. As soon as things quiet down here...
Think of it. No more caves, no more tents, no more running away. We'll be in a city with roads and markets and homes.
I like these people. They're joyful. It's contagious.
Would you look at this place? All these people, happy because of us. It's nice to be somewhere where good is still possible. Speaking of, from where I'm standing, it looks like you and Shadowheart are getting more familiar. She's a funny one, all pointy and secretive, but it seems like there's someone very sweet beneath it all, you know? Good to see the two of you getting along anyway. At least one of us is getting a little action. Though, you know, if you wanted to meet up later, maybe we could meet up later. I don't think your little friend would let me hear the end of it if I accepted. No matter how much I wanted to. And I really want to. This is bad. But I want to be bad. With you. I'll come find you when the others have gone to bed. Wait up for me, all right? Yes! Can't wait for bedtime. See you soon.
That's my girl.
can't wait for bedtime. See you soon.
I am.
Patience? Have you no respect for showmanship?
Having performance issues, Roland?
Hush you, and behold! Adoring applause? You're too kind.
Remember when he could barely cast that?
They grow up so fast.
Never have I met such troglodytes. Now, pass the wine.
To beds and hearths, to dirty pubs and dwarven ale.
An adoring crowd, fine wine. I dare say this place is almost civilized. As did I. But Lear and Cal were so excited for tonight, I thought it cruel to leave. Once my training with Leroican is complete, I'll put on a real show for them.
Look at them. How happy they are. We did that.
Me too. You're one of the good ones, you know that. Look us up when you hit Baldur's Gate. Be nice to see a friendly face.
Are Roland and Leah actually getting along? I know you cut down a horde of goblins, but this is far more impressive.
What are you going to do in the city?
You know, I never pictured myself as a hero. Never thought I'd be the one they'd toast for saving so many lives. And now that I'm here... I hate it. This is awful. True. That was fun. Still, I would have liked more for my trouble than a pat on the head and vinegar for wine. I'm just looking for a little more excitement, a little more fun. What the hell's... Sex, passion, fun. It's easy for some. You and Shadowheart seem to have a connection. It looks very sweet. Not what I'd call passionate or interesting, but sweet. No, my love. You and Shadowheart can get up to whatever you want. It means nothing to me. But you go ahead. Have fun. If you're looking for another shot, I'm afraid you've missed it.
Consider this a preview for when we get to Baldur's Gate. Remember, the first round's on me.
Come on, Alfie, make it spicy.
I have seen the Kithraki tear a screaming Nyogi's legs from its belly to fashion into blades, yet they could not match your nerve today. It was enough to drive me to madness.
I smell their blood on you still. I smell your moisture. A glorious reward for a glorious battle. Go on, have your fun. And do not wipe away a single bead of sweat. It's intoxicating.
Celebrate now. Come dawn, we depart.
You have no idea how good it feels to see these people smiling. The singing we could probably do without, but even so, thank you. Go on, do your rounds. But if they hand you something purple, don't drink it. I think they got into Ethel's potions. Go on, do your...
This might be the wine talking, but I'm feeling inspired. Thinking of writing my next song about you. But I need an angle. Any ideas? Lacrissa would approve. One raunchy ballad coming up. Your song was coming along. Then things began spinning. Worry not. I shall return to it at first light. Your song was...
I should be out there, talking with them. In just a moment.
Go on now. Don't waste a night like this talking to me. We'll discuss your problem tomorrow. Later, perhaps. Don't worry about me. A night under the stars amidst nature's creation is just what I need after being locked up in a goblin's dungeon. Go on, enjoy yourself. Seek out some wine before it runs dry. There are a lot of thirsty people around here. Enjoy yourself tonight. I'll come and find you in the morning so we can talk.
Thank you.
Come now. This is a night for celebration, not suspicion. I thank you for seeking me out. Amid all this merriment, I wasn't sure we'd have a chance to speak this evening. I was hoping you'd spare me a moment. There was something rather magical I wish to show you. More's the pity you've already found someone else to make merry with. Just the two of you. There's something unspeakable about Shadowheart. But I mean that in a good way. She seems to me like a bud on the cusp of bursting into a rose. That, or deadly nightshade. Far be it from me, of course, to question your tastes. That, my friend, must remain a secret for now. Or rather, for as long as you've eyes only for someone else among our troop. Another night, perhaps.
Ah, hells. I was hoping you wouldn't notice I was gone. Oh, the blade doesn't sulk. I was just reflecting on what has happened and not wanting to be Mr. Serious at a celebration. I can say it even more nicely. I'm soberly pondering my state of affairs and not wishing to drag a single happy soul into a state of melancholy. These people are still in danger. 1,000 perils will still threaten them. They aren't ready to get on the road on their own. You're good at it. You've given me some just by being here. But off with you. This is your day. Have a dance. Enjoy the music. Some time alone beneath the stars, and I'll be back to my old self. Promise. Still, it's a night to remember. You've made sure of that.
Without you, no.
I love you.
I love you.
I need to dance! No. No, I need to lie down.
Sherry! That's infernal for cheers. Or possibly turnip.
You came through for us. That's a change from most adults I know. Watching a bunch of old folks get dumber by the dramful. And when they run dry, I've got a few bottles tucked away to keep things flowing. For a price, of course. Go on, enjoy yourself. But if any of them sleep past noon, they're getting left behind.
Aha, there you are. Come now, settle in. I do hope you have partaken of something bracing. This may well take us all night. Why, you're naming, quite obviously. That ballad was but a crude preview, a frame without its crowning jewel. Your nom de guerre. Something iconic, but not too much of a mouthful. We don't want to exclude the common folk, after all. I intend this tale to enrapture all. Not to meddle in your side of this partnership, but slaying goblins is not exactly the stuff of legends, is it? After all, I'm quite certain I once saw one expire from the strain of spelling his own name. No, I'm afraid that won't do. You shall simply have to go out and slay something decidedly more dramatic. Away and have your fun. I have a myth to make.
Buzz of celebration quiets to a soothing hum as you approach your bunk. Your hand was sought by several, but there is only one night ahead. Whose company will you seek? At least for tonight. Your heart skips a beat. What treasures might this night bestow?
Hey, you soldier. I think everyone's asleep. May I? Hello, you. I've been waiting for this all night. Isn't it mad? How good life is. Yes! Soldier, you're saving me. Every time you speak my name, fight beside me, share what's yours, I'm reminded that I'm alive. Properly alive. And free. Oh, gods, I want to ride you till you see stars. Guess not. I just feel what I feel. No sense hiding it. I know. What I want and what I can have are two very different things. I'm just... combustible. 10 years is a long time without anyone's touch but my own. And when I look at you, I just feel... explosive. Around you. Tall order. But if you've got an idea, I'm all ears. Sleep on it, maybe. If you've thought of something by morning, I'd love to know. For now, it's enough just to know you care enough to try.
I trust you enjoyed your evening. After all your efforts, it was well deserved. It may be some time before you're afforded another such night. There is much to be done, and I promised I would help you however I could.
was sought by several, but there is only one night ahead. Whose company will you seek? At least for tonight. Your heart skips a beat. What treasures might this night bestow?
Hey, soldier. I think everyone's asleep. May I? Hello, you. I've been waiting for this all night. Isn't it mad? How good life is. Thank the gods. I was afraid I was the only one. 10 years is a long time to be trapped in the hells. 10 years without a kind word. A touch. When I look at you, I feel real again. Alive. Gods, I want to ride you till you see stars. I'm sorry. I shouldn't tease you, or myself. I'd give anything to touch you, but I can't. Not until I can be sure I won't burn you. I'll turn you to charcoal. Guaranteed. Around you. Tall order. But if you've got an idea, I'm all ears. I like the sound of that. My turn. And that's a promise. On that note, I better head back to my bunk. You might not be able to touch me, but you've given me a lot to think about.
I trust you enjoyed your evening. After all your efforts, it was well deserved. It may be...
Your hand was sought by several, but there is only one night ahead. Whose company will you seek? At least for tonight. Your heart skips a beat. What treasures might this night bestow?
You made it. Come here. Sit with me. So eager. I'm surprised it took you this long. Well, to begin, I think a toast is in order. Any suggestions? Bold. What does us entail? I suppose I'll find out. To us. Now tell me something about yourself. And no tadpoles, dragons, marauding goblins, or anything like that. Something about you. Seems like you truly know the city. I never got to explore it to my liking. Don't stop now. Not just as things are getting interesting. Don't laugh, but I'm not quite sure I have anything to share. When you worship Shah, secrecy is everything. We'll sacrifice our own memories when ordered to. A lot of the little things, they're lost to me right now. Perhaps. But please, enough about me. Sharing's bad for my complexion. There's still plenty of wine, and the whole night is ahead of us. Nearly light. The others will be awake soon. What? I know, but you're sweet to notice. Thank you for last night. Me too.
She trails off. You read an invitation in her eyes.
That didn't hurt, did it? Good to know. For the future. Let's head back, if we must.
I trust you enjoyed your evening. After all your efforts, it was well deserved. It may be some time before you're afforded another such night. There is much to be done, and I promised I would help you however I could. I'm certain a cure for you can be found at Moonrise Towers, but it's complicated. The journey specifically, it's extremely perilous, though it seems you're well accustomed to navigating danger. What were you expecting? That I'd mumble a spell or whip out a potion? I won't be held accountable just because you're naive enough to expect easy answers. Now, allow me to continue. To get to the towers, you'll need to pass through a terrible place. A cursed place. This curse shrouds everything in shadow. You will not find life, light, or anything natural there. Any who linger are twisted by the curse. They become shadow beings, tormented, dangerous souls. Nature speaks to me. Birds report what they've seen. And I've overheard goblins speaking of it too. Moonrise is at the heart of all this. I'm sure of it. By all means, pursue any leads you may have. but I sense all roads will lead to Moonrise. You could go overland, along the Risen Road or through the mountains. Easier at first, but you'll run into the Shadow Curse eventually. You could also go under. There is a tunnel somewhere in the ruined Temple of Selûne. It leads to Moonrise Towers through the Underdark. Long ago, a man called Ketheric Thorm built a secret stronghold deep down there, before rallying a whole army of Dark Justiciars, Shah worshippers.
Dark Justiciars. I must see for myself.
Aradin and his lot were looking for a way down there. They were promised riches if they retrieved a relic called the Night Song. But I think there's more. From this stronghold, Ketheric's forces could access both the Temple of Selûne and Moonrise Towers. But he was defeated before he could launch an attack. If you can find this place, I'll wager it will reveal a more direct path to Moonrise Towers. And maybe even bypass the worst of the Shadow Curse. The decision is yours, but I'd favor the Underdark. Even a place like that is the lesser evil compared to the Shadow-cursed lands. You'll need to pick it up where Aradin left off. Find the hidden entrance. It's somewhere in the Temple of Selûne. Anything is preferable to risking the Shadow Curse. I would like to join your camp, if you'll allow me. I can offer my skills, my counsel. I've long sought to return to Moonrise Towers. It seems our fates have aligned. I've chosen a successor as first druid, Francesca of the High Forest. A bird's already been dispatched to summon her. I'm glad you approve. I do not truly care if you approve, but I am glad. The Grove needs to move beyond the mistakes of the past. What it needs is an unknown quantity. An outsider who can enforce the Oakfather's teachings without bias. This is why I chose Francesca. She will restore simplicity and purity to the Grove in my absence. Indeed. We've quite the journey ahead of us.
Soldier.
All's well, I hope. No. I just wanted to see how you felt after the night we spent together. When we talked and kissed. I hope so too. Though I'm not sure what kind of courtship will be afforded, given all that we're facing. But if you want to see where this goes, I do as well. Wouldn't you be in my place? If there's even the slightest chance that Shah worshippers remain within our reach, we should try and find them. Even if they're all long gone, and that seems quite likely from what we know, who knows what they may have left behind for us to use? My people are nothing if not resourceful. As long as I've prayed to Lady Shah, I've wished to serve her as a dark justiciar. There is scarcely a greater way to fully dedicate yourself to Lady Shah, save perhaps if you become the head of her church. To become a dark justiciar is to become the Night Singer's sword arm, her implement with which she will cast down the unbelievers and win the final battle to restore her perfect, endless darkness. It's all I ever wanted. I prayed it was my calling. But Mother forbid me from seeking to prove myself worthy of the rank. She said I was not ready. Not my mother, I should add. The Mother Superior, head of Lady Shah's enclave in Baldur's Gate. Sometimes I wonder if she would ever deem me ready. I owe her everything, and I only wish to serve, yet she can prove inscrutable. I don't know. Perhaps if I succeed in my mission and reach Baldur's Gate, hope has little place amongst Lady Shah's children. It's an illusion, a distraction. But for this, I hope my time will yet come. Dark justiciars are hated by many, judged to be ruthless fanatics. Even the few who would accept a follower of Lady Shah would likely balk at a justiciar in their midst. But there's a simpler answer to your question. I simply forgot about the desire I had until I saw some things that reminded me. Now, I can't get it out of my mind. Very serious of you, but go ahead. Always good when I'm with you. Fine. What's on your mind? Quite splendidly, to give credit where it's due. You and I have shared some good times together, and it seems we have plenty in common.
The dog holds a well-chewed ball in his mouth. The dog is unable to speak through the small bag he holds in his mouth.
I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. All I know is I thought of you when I saw it.
Well, no tentacles yet. I suppose we can consider that a success.
Oakfather's blessings to you. I studied one up close. Closer than most would care to be to those things. A drow attacked me and I defended myself. Afterwards, I was able to examine the tadpole that emerged. Hideous, but fascinating. Like nothing else in nature, I'm glad to say. Those illithid creatures threaten the natural order. It's my duty to do what I can to stop them. There's also the Shadow Curse. It's an affront and must be cleansed. I helped overthrow Ketheric Thorm and his Dark Justiciars years ago, but I failed to prevent him from unleashing darkness across the region before he was defeated. If I can join you and get close to Moonrise, perhaps I can lift this curse, just as you find a cure for your infection. Well, there's hardly anyone left to share the responsibility with. Few who witnessed the fall of Moonrise still draw breath. What Ketheric Thorm unleashed is not something that nature can undo by itself. I must do what I can. I studied the Shadow Curse for years, but to truly understand it and stop it, I must reach its source. Perhaps. But we'll need to get closer before I can put my theory into practice. Put it from your mind for now. Once we near the curse, then there will be more to be said. Precisely. Then perhaps I could have done something about both the Shadow Curse and Ceremorphosis aberrations. But in my eagerness, I put far too much faith in the abilities of Aradin and his band. We didn't even get close. There are few things that are too strong for me. And cast those regrets aside. You did not get caught up in the moment. You seized it. In other circumstances, I would have done the same. A bad impression. Impossible. With such stimulating company? Never better.
Come on, then. Don't leave me in suspense. How are you feeling? No errant tentacles? No sudden cravings for a more cerebral diet? I was rather more curious to know what benefits the tadpole might have bestowed. No doubt the benefits of your change in diet will become apparent soon enough. Was there another matter you wish to discuss?
Gone gods. Watching you consume that tadpole was more disgusting than the tadpole itself. Though, I suppose that's not what you wanted to talk about. I think that unknowable powers come with unknowable consequences. I can't say I'm not curious. But once you take an illithid by the talon, there's no telling how deep into the abyss it might drag you. I'm more than a bit wary, I admit. Still, I am the Frontier's avowed protector. New dangers require new skills to vanquish them. If the tadpole must be my curse, then let the powers it grants me be the Sword Coast's blessing. I will consume what I must to make it so.
my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much. My research turned up a rather brilliant technique that seems quite actionable. It's not too deep, just behind the orbital socket. I could attempt an extraction. I've a needle in my tunic, after all. You won't find a more learned opinion on this matter, I assure you.
Volo carefully holds one of your eyes open and begins to prod uncertainly with the needle.
Don't fidget. The needle must slip behind your eye, not through it.
The needle finds the gap between eyeball and socket. Volo frowns and begins to push. Pain shoots through your body as the needle snags on your optic nerve.
I think I have it!
The needle seesaws back and forth, plucking the nerve like a heartstring.
Oh, bother. There's some obstacle in the way. I shall need a more robust implement.
Volo carefully withdraws the needle from your eye. Then, reaching into his bag, he produces an ice pick. Volo slowly brings the ice pick closer to your eye.
Now, don't move.
Cold metal presses against the skin beneath your brow. And then, tap, tap, stab.
Do you feel that? Ha! I think we have the blighter on the run. I agree. It's a feisty critter. Just a little further.
Volo tears the pick from your brain with a violent jerk. Your eye plops down into the mud.
Drat!
He pauses, looks down at your eye, and recoils slightly as it sinks into the mud.
There appears to be an amount of cosmetic damage. Please, try not to overexert yourself. You're in a rather fragile state at present. I can't help but feel partly responsible. Perhaps there is something more I can do. Take this. A far superior relic to that old jelly you were chained to. Try it on for size. And, it was very nice to have met you. I'm sure you'll sort out your little brain problem one way or another. Far away from here, if you've a heart. Terribly sorry, my friend. Ta.
You wish to speak?
Kinja, no good will come of devouring a gate worm, no matter what you might think. One couldn't, and one shouldn't. Do as you like. The loss is not so much mine as yours. You made it abundantly clear. Mark my words, this power would be no blessing, but a curse. You might as well ask me to gouge out my eyes for the promise of sight, or slice off my tongue for the promise of taste. Consume all the gate tadpoles you wish. I'm not so craven. And when the tadpole has stretched to every pore and slithered through every vein, what then? It won't hear my screams. It won't care if I beg. I will be remade in its image. My faith in Vlaakith will guide me, and my own might will sustain me. I have no need of this depraved power. Assume nothing.
Have a lot on my mind, and, well, in it. At least things have stayed interesting.
Speak. Mark my words. This power would be no blessing, but a curse. You might as well ask me to gouge out my eyes for the promise of sight, or slice off my tongue for the promise of taste. Consume all the gate tadpoles you wish. I'm not so craven. Perhaps you... No, that's absurd. When the tadpole has stretched to every pore and slithered through every vein, what am I to do then? It won't hear my screams. It won't care if I beg. I will be remade in its image. My faith in Vlaakith will guide me, and my own might will sustain me. I have no need of this depraved power. You're wasting your time and mine. The answer is no. Are you sure that's the best course of action? Confirmed. Until then, I... Speak. Mark my words. You might as well consume all the gate tadpoles you wish. I'm not so craven. Perhaps you... No, that's absurd. When the tadpole has stretched to every pore and slithered, it won't hear my faith in Vlaakith will guide me, and my own might will sustain me. I have no need of this depraved power. You might be right. The Githyanki have long studied Gate and used what we've learned. The Zaithisk itself was devised from such knowledge. The tadpole is perhaps not just a curse, but a weapon I can twist and mold to my advantage. Very well. I will swallow my disgust and avail myself of the parasite's powers. It is done. Indolence breeds madness.
All right. What now?